Chapter 360. Penile necrosis? This was an extraordinarily tricky problem. There was no known effective way of treating this problem in both Japanese and Western medicine. If it was truly necrosis, it was essentially untreatable. Paisel hurriedly asked, "How did it happen? What did you do?" Penile necrosis is a very rare disorder. Sean didn't want to talk about his embarrassing incident, so he mumbled, "I don't know how, but it happened just like that. I went to the Apollo hospital to have it checked, and the doctor said that it was necrosis." Then, he wailed and pleaded, "Uncle Billy, please help me. Only you can help me now." Paisel felt that the problem was trickier than he could handle. Even with his medical skills, the most he could do was stabilize the necrosis so that his penis didn't wither, but it was impossible to cure the necrosis and restore its function. He sighed and said, "Sean, necrosis is universally known to be a tricky and difficult problem to solve. It is very serious, and I'm afraid there's nothing I can do." Sean said urgently, "Uncle Billy, I heard from the doctor at the hospital that you can even cure a patient who was paralyzed from the neck down. I'm only paralyzed right there, why can't you do anything about it?" "Frankly speaking, it's not incurable, but the cost of the treatment is too high," Paisel continued hesitantly. "I have a magical elixir from my savior. And the effect of the pill is very amazing and powerful. I think you'll get better after taking only half a pill." Sean grinned from ear to ear and pleaded, "Uncle Billy, please give the pill to me, then. You can't just stand there and watch me become impotent." Paisel was a little reluctant, and he said earnestly, "Sean, truth be told, I intended to keep the pill for emergency purposes. You know, healers do not heal themselves. I'm very old now, I may need to use the pill to save my own life when I'm dying someday." Sean hurriedly knelt on the floor and cried, "Uncle Billy, you must help me. For the sake of my father and the many years of friendship between our two families, you must help me." Paisel pondered for a moment, his heart pounding vigorously as he struggled with his thoughts. After a while, he heaved a long sigh and said, "Okay, fine. I'll give you the pill." He had received a favor from Sean's father many years ago, and although he had repaid their favors by being their family doctor for several decades, he couldn't be indifferent to Sean's disorder. When Paisel finally yielded, Sean yelled in excitement and thanked Paisel over and over again. Just as Paisel went to retrieve the magical elixir that he kept like a priceless treasure, Luna rushed into the clinic from outside. The overjoyed Sean saw the young and beautiful Luna and said with a wide smile, "Hey, Luna. Do you still remember me? I'm Uncle Richard." Luna glared at him in shock as soon as she saw him, and her heart skipped a beat when she saw her grandfather taking out the magical elixir that Master Anderson had given to him. She dashed toward him and whispered, "Grandpa, what do you think you're doing?" Paisel heaved another long sigh and said, "He's injured, so I'm giving him this pill to return his family's favor." Luna shrieked in panic. "No, Grandpa, you can't do that. You've already repaid their favors thousands of times. Besides, about that wretched Sean Richard, do you know who he offended today?" Paisel quickly asked, "Who?" "Master Anderson,"